We return to the council. We return... Well, we begin episode 3. Chapter 3? I don't know what we call these. Episodes or chapters. And what are, like, the sub-things? Like, the sub-things that have, like, their own numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're on 8. What... 8. Chapter 8 in episode 3? I don't know what the nomenclature for the organization of the council is. But, let's go with the conclave.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with 2 faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Yes, we're all here. Underneath the labyrinth hedge maze, where we had to decide who should get the sword. And we found a dead body, and we found Mother. And let's equip the encyclopedia, so we actually get these skill points. What else can we equip? We're actually running out. I guess that's a good thing that we're able to equip. We'll be equipping everything we found, I guess. There's erudition, there's science. Let's give it a double whammy of science and logic. There we go. And also more science and linguistics and erudition. All right. That's what we're doing as we're entering into episode 3.
Don't move.
Disconcerted. Well, someone threw me off balance. The cost of elixir... Okay, I can cure myself with... I have plenty of golden elixirs.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy. Let me turn around. Oh my god, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But, Mother!
Who are you?
It's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
Confrontation start with Mother. Okay, well first, let's see. We need to reassure her. Let's see, journal, yeah. Alright, we don't know any of her weaknesses or immunities, unfortunately. But what can we get? I'm here for her. Mortimer wrote to me. I'm here to save her. 4 points for that. Reminder about the okay, 0 points for that. It's time to go home, Mother. Try to use psychology. I don't know if that would work on Mother. I mean, I think that we could, like, hit her with hard facts by telling her that we were trying to find this book. And it's 0 points. I think that's probably okay.
Remember, Al-Azif?
I was sure.
Where's the book, Mother?
So that's what you want? Well, you will never find it. Emily died.
Oh, that's a blunder.
What's got into her?
You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't
let me use one of these.
Me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are, what was the saying I taught you?
You've been telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it?
Always keep your mind rational.
It was, and open. But why are there other versions of it? Open, and open, right, well, and open. Well, the saying at the beginning was always keep your mind rational and open. Why are there different variations of it? Manipulation level. I mean, should I be trying to use manipulation on her? Or is just like, maybe in this one, the direct answer is the right one? Trying to manipulate Mom will only make her more suspicious? I wonder if that could possibly be. We said we discovered immunities. Occultism. Okay, do not try occultism. Do not. This one is manipulation. I don't know. I feel like manipulation is not going to work on Mom. Considering how familiar she would be with that, with her lifestyle. This is conviction. I could use 2 points to try to Yeah, sure. Sure, why not this? It takes 2 points, but at the same time we can say with our full chest, we can say and open, but it's not open. It's and open. The saying at the beginning of the game was keep your mind rational and open, not just open. Why does it just say open? And no and? I'm gonna say and open with no juice on it.
And open.
You knew it.
Success.
You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Let's see. It was and I like how it's all very similar. And actually, this person's name is not... He's not here. Like the guy at the beginning of the game who had us tied up. He's not in this list of people. But he was trying to get the book for von Wollner, but I don't think von Borcherdt's name is here. I'm assuming this character is not showing up again. Well, maybe he will, and then maybe his profile will appear at that point. I'm pretty sure it's Borchardt.
I just told you, you can't trick me. His name was von Borchardt.
My God,
success.
Everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. I'm here for you and...
No! I ordered you not to come with me.
I received a letter and Lord Mortimer informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No! 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 It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit. She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
See, of course. He wasn't here when I arrived. Is she afraid of what he might have said about Adams? Alright, so this is psychology. We don't know how she is with psychology. Is she afraid of what Mortimer might have said about Liz? So, of course is true. He wasn't here when I arrived is actually also true. Both of them are true. But then there's also this. And I'm just wondering if the straightforward answer might be the right one in this particular conversation. Like, I feel I shouldn't... I think it's faking me out by saying that maybe we shouldn't tell her that we spoke to him. You can't... I mean, are we going to try to deceive Mom? I feel like Louis doesn't have it in him to deceive Mom. So obviously we're not going to go with this one. We're not going to go with that. Maybe we'll just go with the straightforward one. Is she afraid of what he might have said about Adams? 0 points. We don't know how she is with psychology. Maybe we should give this one a try.
Mother, I don't know what you're imagining, but don't worry. Everything will be all right. If you're worried about what I might think about Elizabeth Adams, honestly...
Oh, Louis! Elizabeth is the last of my worries right now.
Okay, success.
For her, but it was too late. Very well. Rational and open, Louis. Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
I got punched in the face. I mean, you can see it. It has not healed yet, Mom. Finding my mother with one hand less. Finding out about your past with Elizabeth. Having visions. Hey, I was in Mortimer's secret study. But actually, the visions is like the weirder part. We have been having those. Maybe we should mention that, because that is pretty strange.
Like me having visions, for example?
I knew it! It started! Oh,
Hell,
Louis, I just wish I...
Yes, it's happened to me. Like when I was a boy. I find myself in someone else's body.
Blunder.
Have you ever dreamed of a different place to the one where you were sleeping, without being able to explain it?
No. But Mother, don't worry. I'm not losing my mind. Everything is fine. You used to give me a concoction to calm me down when I was little. So, just make some for me once we get back home.
Migraines? Loss of consciousness? Loss of control?
No, rest assured. All is well. I promise you.
What else?
Alright, so I missed that one, and I guess the symbol here means that we have to redo it. We have one last chance. Alright, so the option I took is no longer there. I should not have mentioned that. Anything strange happening to me, like finding my mother with one hand less, like finding Mortimer's secret study, like finding about your past with Elizabeth. Well, we already brought up Elizabeth, and she said that's the least of her worries. Need 2 points for that one. We could mention Mortimer's secret study. I suspect that Mom has been there, and that's why she lost her hand, because she probably failed at getting out, and the guillotine door cut her hand off, is what I'm assuming. So maybe we could have like a shared experience of saying, hey, we were both in the secret room. Having trouble reading what Mom actually wants here. I'll go with secret study. I found the secret room, Mom. You want to talk about that?
Everything I found in Lord Mortimer's secret study.
You managed to get past the nightmare? I'm proud of you, Louis. But that's not what I meant by strange.
He's nevertheless extending his influence.
Oh, that's a failure.
I know, but that's not what concerns me right now. I asked you if anything strange has happened to you personally. If you really are who you say you are, then you'll do what I ask of you.
Which is?
A conference is going to be held. You will attend on my behalf.
No, wait, Mother. No one cares about...
You will be invited and you will go. Mortimer will present a project. Whatever this project is...
But...
Whatever the project is, I want you to learn as much as you can about it. You'll have to get by as best you can, but we must find out what it's about. Do you understand?
Don't you think that before all that, there are a few issues to be addressed?
Do you understand?
Yes. All right, I understand.
I'll explain afterward, but right now you must go to the conference. Go now!
You do realize you're still treating me like
Go!
If you aren't there when I get back, I warn you.
Could work on her aim a little bit.
One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
So... Alright, she called me Louis at the end there, but I failed the encounter. I'm not sure what it was she was looking for. I did tell her that we were having visions, which seemed like the only thing that actually fit the question, but she panicked when we told her that, and we failed the conversation. Still, she's telling us to go in her stead to this conference, which I think Mortimer already... He already did invite us to do that. We were already going to do that. And she called us Louis at the end. Does she think we're her son or not? And if not, what does she think we are? Does she think we're like a shapeshifter? Because I am suspecting there's supernatural events afoot concerning Mortimer. Maybe she thinks we're a shapeshifter. Gotta attend the conference. No, we can get out. Well, I'm disappointed that we failed that confrontation. I wonder what she was looking for in the end.
Monsieur de Richet, you are expected at the conference. Please take the door to your left to join the guests.
Thank you. What a conference room. It's so fancy. Also, the acoustics in here must be terrible for, like, a conversation. We're gonna have to yell over each other for anyone to actually hear anything.
I have suspected it.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
What's it about? How does it work? More questions.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
How does a conference work?
In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Alright, so this mystery project we won't find out about until we all sit down. Have you been operating for long? Like, say, maybe much longer than a human being could be alive? Just putting that out there.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Yes, generation to generation. What major decisions have you personally orchestrated?
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Who else was here at that one? Were there representatives from England who voted for the American Revolution? I want to know more about that one. Do you come here often?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
I have no more questions.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
All right, well, continue. I mean, I guess what it has to do with me is that we're French, so we're part of that representation, I guess.
My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Does Spain know about that? Or that they're just being kept in the dark about the second stage of... Oh. Hold on. Just kind of blanked out for a second. Not sure what that was. But, I mean, it's still here. Game is still here. Where does his project extend? Politics level 1. How far does his project go? I don't know what I gotta do with it. Sure, these are questioning and politics. So, where does your project extend, if you know what I mean?
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west to take the whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory. This is the settlers' home. It is natural for them to want to develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world. As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site, and if need be, we'll see to it that they are sufficiently occupied in Europe so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they are not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories. The concept of royalty is from bygone times. It is time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We will have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
But why do you want that, Mortimer? You're kind of royalty yourself.
My friends, I propose we get started.
Not exactly living the commoner's life here.
First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is...
Oh, I don't know why that's happening.
Welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Well, I mean, we're all supposed to, you know, be civil here for our discussion about getting Spain to give France the Louisiana territory so that they can give it to the U.S., so we probably shouldn't yell at him. You probably should just say, thanks, everyone. My face still hurts, but I'm glad to be here.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the East Coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
Well, should we yell at him? And we don't really speak up that often. Maybe we should yell at him.
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
Yeah, that's not the purview of this game. We're not here to talk about that today. Let's see, etiquette level 1. The filthy like, who are we? Are we talking to Godot when we say that? I'm not really sure what we're getting from this one. It's the only one that costs a point. But it's the etiquette option? France will soon no longer use slavery. I mean, he didn't say that France uses slavery. He said that France provides it to George Washington's United States. Challenge him. On what? All right, let's just say France no longer, well, soon no longer use slavery. Like, soon, you know, pretty soon. Eventually.
Senor Godoy, you must know that France will soon ban these barbaric practices.
Oh, do not get on your high horse, Monsieur Frenchman. The only reason why France has ceased trading in slaves is because of the commercial blockade that Great Britain has imposed against you. The instant the shipping lanes have been restored, France will again treat these people like cattle.
Come now, my friends, let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see. Colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Like Mortimer wanted to change the subject. All right, look. We didn't come here to talk. We didn't come here to get the Catholic perspective. Let's see. Protect you from the British, protect you from the American. Say nothing. I mean, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. I don't have any additional royal jelly. It would protect. I mean, this. I guess this is politics level 1. It's really the only. We can't say nothing. We have to say something. All right, let's go with our politics option.
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel. Remember, your main rival in Europe
immunity
is likely to be England, who is plowing the seas right up your coastline.
Discovered his immunity.
Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please me.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me.
I got a weakness.
My friend.
Weakness happening.
Mr. President, that is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Politics skill required. Talk to George.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
Well, let me first heal myself. Did that not work? Oh, no, there we go, there we go. All right, let me look at this. We learned he has an immunity to politics. Now, if we're talking to, let's see, where is he? I forget what his name is. Oh, there he is. All right, he had a vulnerability to manipulation. Erudition level 1, can't do it. Politics level 1, can't do it. think... Or I did see Mortimer's maps. Now, maybe we can draw on the information we learned from looking at those maps.
On the maps of Italy I saw in Mortimer's secret study, he had anticipated movements of troops across Italy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's planning an invasion of Italy by France, and if I push the notion a bit further, I can well imagine that Bonaparte's cannons, financed by the Order, will be used for that purpose. The noose is tightening around poor Piaggi's neck without him even realizing it.
I don't know if I'm the best person to speak about that, Your Eminence.
Can't do that. So, I don't know.
Honestly, Your Eminence, I really don't see it that way.
Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Linguistics.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
All right. Linguistics.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Psychology.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Well, I don't really particularly like home. And the person we're really interested in learning about is Mortimer. Maybe we could get closer to the maybe vampire? Like, this is the guy we really want to know. But we could leave to we could leave with the cool kids. This is where everyone's going. Do we want to go with the popular crowd, or do we want to stay with the guy who suddenly has lost a whole lot of favor? I mean, considering we have a large group, maybe we could learn more from talking with the group instead of just the one guy. And I guess we don't know too much about Holm. Like, he seems important, but we really haven't talked to him or really learned anything about him. But still, Mortimer is the guy we're trying to investigate. I feel like we should probably stay with him. I feel like we should.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
All right, well, apparently the United States is going to expand.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Let's see. Of course, with conviction. Of course, with logic. 2 points versus 1 point. I'm saying the same thing. But I mean, it's one less point to do it with conviction.
By going through France, Spain won't suspect that it's you who's going to take possession of Louisiana. They'll even believe that France will be a protective buffer between itself in California and you on the East Coast. If Senor Godoy was afraid that you might take the territory by force, now he is reassured. You would never attack France.
But why didn't you tell me before?
For more spontaneity. To keep one step ahead. This is psychology, and my psychology is good, so this is 0 points. Sure, let's use this.
So that Lord Mortimer would appear to be isolated without support.
Exactly. You got it, Louis.
Lord Mortimer retains the advantage by advancing undercover. And for it to work, he needed you to act surprised.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
1 step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute.
I know you got into my secret room.
I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence. So, I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Are you saying I should seduce him? Because I don't really have any other ideas here. He's hiding something from me. Use my psychology. Are you hiding something from me, Mr. Hideman? The man who hides everything? You hiding something from me, your new best friend?
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Senor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Alright, so you didn't actually expect me to be able to convince Godoy. You figured I would make him mad and declare war on France. All right, if that's what we want, we're going to storm in there, whip my dick out, and slap him in the face with it, and tell him ask him what's he going to do. What are you going to do about that? Just keep doing it until he declares war. I mean, if we know that's what's expected of us, it does make things a lot easier. How we doing? I cannot interact.
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy may be discovered before we... Oh, please excuse us, Louis, but I need to speak with Lord Mortimer in private.
No. What do you want, Louis?
How do you think the rest of this conference is gonna go?
When are we supposed to vote?
The conference resumes tomorrow morning. That leaves little time for the little favor I spoke to you about.
Indeed. I'll go straight away. I shall be leaving you.
This ominous hole. Someone's got to get thrown in that hole at some point. Well, all right. By staying with Mortimer, it seems like we're on the inside. And it seems like we're remaining friends with Mortimer, George, and Napoleon. So, hey, romance options still available. Clearly, we're going to get down with all of them at some point. Ah, this was the Bible room.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
Is his room open? Was his room open before? I don't think it was. Yeah, we got a book, Hortus Delicarum. It's for erudition. Gonna steal his royal jelly. My vigilance... I have a point I can use on vigilance to look through his stuff.
Golden elixir.
Alright. Well, probably would have rather had the, walk through this chair. And this yeah. Oh, that's... okay. Clearly, Louis is now truly embracing the occult. Now we can learn all of the secret plans. Nothing will escape our grasp. We could just, like, run to Mother. I guess not. This room is the only thing that really exists in this world, I guess.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
A Poe. For Von Volner? Do not have enough points for that. What 4-letter word is close to his heart? I mean, we know he wants the Necronomicon. But we don't know who he wants it for.
Amber crystals.
Yeah, amber. Give me that sweet amber.
The alchemist is an old man.
Gonna be wondering where his medicines are and his amber. Did someone rifle through my stuff? Who would do such a thing? Thought this was a fancy party. Can't leave anything lying around. Dear Johann, I'm so glad you're coming. I did not doubt for a single minute that you would accept this invitation, despite the risks involved and the fact that we know each other well. Though we have gotten over many obstacles together, I cannot hide my apprehension this time round, given how high stakes are today. But having you here, Johann, is an invaluable asset. Keep up the effort, and I will be all the more proud and satisfied. I look forward to seeing you again. Gregory H. So that would be home. Book?
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
Melanosis?
The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother.
What? Leucosis?
The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program.
Xanthosis?
The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recombination of the alchemist. It's tempting.
I love when my soul gets recombinated by the alchemist. And finally, Eosis.
Thus ends the great work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation.
I've had enough.
Well, as occult theories go.
Alright.
Spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist.
Alright, I don't know if that's... if this is von Volner's book or if it just came with the room.
The alchemist is a young man.
Because, I mean, clearly he didn't bring the paintings. But maybe von Volner is into alchemy.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
I was thinking maybe it was soul, but no. We have I, L, Z, and O. With the previous box was Zeus, and I was thinking Z would be unusual for a first letter. Is this also Zeus? No. No U here. Zix. Zix? Leix? ZX? I don't think I know what the word is. Like, we could go with a vowel for the first letter, which would mean a consonant for the second. IPOG. So, 4-letter words. And if we're going by this book, well, first of all, let's take a look at this. He believes in spiritual alchemy. The materia prima is the human soul. But soul is not... we can't spell that.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Unless the word's not in English. But I mean, if that's the case, I don't know what it would be then. Zing! Zine? No. Zinc? It's zinc. It was zinc. He loves zinc. I got 3 out of 5, 3 out of 4. Okay, I think I got one of these. Alchemy. Did we have this before? Did we just get this? I think that's new. Zinc. I mean, yeah. Obviously, the man loves zinc. We can all understand that.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul. President George Washington.
Oh, his door's open. It'd be awkward if he walked in here and someone was actually inside.
A map of Vermont.
Just like home. Alright, look through George's stuff.
Locked.
I don't have a small key. I don't have enough points for either of these. I do have one royal jelly, but that's not going to... It's going to give me 2 points. I mean... That is 1 point. Let's see if we can pick this lock.
The president's personal reserve of laudanum.
Yeah.
Judging by the quantity, he can't go without it.
Brings the good stuff with him. Liz would love this.
Also a letter.
Dear Mr. President, I am returning my answer as quickly as I can. We already spoke about it before you left, but I note that things have not improved. I urge you to follow my advice and to stop taking laudanum immediately. I'm already looking for a substitute, but I'm afraid you won't wait. Your excessive consummation is in danger of definitely impairing your chances of securing your next mandate. Your addiction is jeopardizing the exercise of your office and duties, my friend. I regret this. I see no other solution but to stop your daily intake. Yours sincerely, Dr. W. Thumpton. George doesn't like that. And I got amber fragments. George is not a fan of being told that he has to stop taking laudanum. That's just going to make him hoard more laudanum so he can keep taking it.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
Yeah. Why was that one voiced? The others haven't been. I cannot clip through the door. I guess the collision works properly in George Washington's room. That just looks like a key. Doesn't seem like I can pick it up, but there's a key just lying there. This bed seems too short. I don't know. Like, maybe it's because it's how wide it is. Seems like it should be a little longer. Like George's feet are gonna hit this. Royal jelly. Can't get enough.
Portrait of George Washington.
Wow. Get your own big portrait in your room. Let's see. Okay, I can use my subterfuges to unlock this.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
But I'm full of Carmelite water. I never really use it. Carmelite is... next skill use is free. I should probably use that more. Probably would be useful.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Can we rifle through? No, we cannot rifle through his stuff. We cannot.
Huh, that's me.
That's me. Hello.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
He's trying to get in there. Well, I just went through your room, and I'll come back here. I just want to see if anyone else's room is open.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
I already looked through his room. I don't know. I don't think there'd be anything new.
The Beaucaire dinner. It hasn't been signed yet, but there's a letter with it.
Read the letter. My dear Bonaparte, as promised, here are a few pages that I recommend you publish within the next few months. We both know that it's sheer lack of time that prevented you from stringing these lines together yourself. The ideas are yours, though. No need to feel indebted. Your success will suffice for the good of all.
So, Bonaparte is going to publish a book that he didn't write. That crafty little rascal.
Oh, maybe we have a little bit of dirt on our friend Napoleon.
Odysseus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius.
Happened again.
Of grandeur.
Don't know why that's happening tonight. Dear Monsieur Bonaparte, in reply to your demandment of enthronement into our society, I hereby inform you that unfortunately you do not meet the criteria required to become a member of the Golden Order. We are, however, honored by the interest you have shown in our research and activities. We have no doubt that your keen interest for the occult sciences will one day allow you to join us. And in anticipation of that day, please accept the expression of our full consideration, Sarah de Rocher. Oh, Napoleon wants to join the Golden Order, and Mom turned him down. Sorry. You're not good enough. Oh, I didn't have the vigilance to do this before. I could do this, right? Okay, there we go.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Okay, I used a Carmelite water to get a Carmelite water.
It's a beautiful weapon. Beloved dance, my dearest son. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
The Battle of Alexander Odysseus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
Oh, he's out here. Hey, just rifling through Napoleon's room.
Leave me, de Richet. I don't feel like talking.
I'll just stay and look at you and not say anything.
Are you gonna keep sticking to me like glue? Hell's bells, I don't deserve this. There's nothing you can do for me.
What's going on? Maybe I can help.
Not anymore, you can't. Not against him. But thanks for the offer.
Who are you talking about?
You know very well.
Lord Mortimer? You talk as if you were in danger, monsieur. Has he threatened you in any way?
I'm done for, Monsieur de Richet. I played with the devil, and I lost.
Oh, do you know who the vampire is? Make him talk with my psychology.
Don't you think it would be good for you to shed your burden?
That is my intent.
Ooh, that's his vulnerability.
Worried. You have a secret. You're afraid of talking about it.
Afraid for me? If you spoke to me?
You're afraid of what might happen to me if you told me about it.
Absolutely not. You're not the center of the world, you know.
I'm not.
It's short, Louis. Follow my advice. Find your mother if she's still alive, and get out of here. Flee this damned island of doom.
Are we in danger?
You've been in danger since the minute you set foot on this rock. He wants you. He's sizing you up. He is circling around you. It's blindingly obvious. And you, flattered as you are, will soon be running around for him just to keep your place among his precious few. It feels so good to be accepted by him. You will experience power, wealth, glory. He will give it all to you, until one day you will feel so eaten up inside that you will no longer know who you are. You will find yourself void of all freedom. You can no longer look at yourself in the mirror without feeling sick.
Refuse, I tell you. From now on, say no. No!
You're a good man, Louis. You look after yourself. As for me, I shall take back my freedom tomorrow morning. I'm through with it all.
There you go. Back in the saddle. I'm glad to hear it.
I don't think that's what he's saying, Louis.
I'd like to get some rest.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
I don't think you're really hearing him.
Leave me alone.
There you go. Good work. You're gonna take back your freedom. Good job. I'll be here to back you up. All right. Well, I'm glad that we came in this room. We got that interesting little conversation. My dear little Eleanor, I wanted to share with you my calmer thoughts of the moment. Needless to say how much I miss you and how much I regret having to be separated from you. But I know you will be virtuous, courageous, and safe with your sister, Marie Helen. I will never be able to mend my mistakes, but I do know now how to save you from their consequences once and for all. Be always assured of my fatherly devotion and affection. Never doubt it, come what may. You must know that everything will turn out for the best now. I am determined to protect you, whatever the price I have to pay, and to be so confident and serene in times of ordeal. With all love, your ever-proud father. Alright, so is he saying that perhaps aligning ourselves with Mortimer maybe wasn't a good decision?
A pattern with 4 circles.
I do not have the key, but I do have subterfuges. Subterfuge is coming in handy. Yoink.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Peru is sending money to repair the orphanage. What a prince of a man. I feel proud to bear the bruises of his knuckles on my face.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
That was Devil's Thorn in there. There's Carmelite water.
Nice decor for a Revolutionary Tribunal judge's room.
But what a good-hearted Revolutionary Tribunal judge. Big heart in this man.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. And there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
And I'll take it with me. Ooh, discovered a vulnerability. This is valuable. Into the code it goes. Alright, so we already knew the vulnerability was psychology. I don't know, I'm kind of having a feeling that maybe knowing that won't be important pretty soon. Golden elixir.
Another painting on the massacre of the innocents?
I like that he walks in, takes a book off a bookshelf. Wow, this is important. Can't just leave it here. I better take it with me. Why did someone just leave this book in this bookshelf? Don't they know anyone, just anyone could come in and pick it up?
decorum guide.
Ooh. Rules of civility. I like to know the rules of civility. There we go. Etiquette. And yeah, daily record of secret police is for questioning. I think did we come? No, yeah, we came down from there. We came down. So now we've done the full circuit. And what's going on over here?
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
Pick him up, turn around, put him down, and then go through the door. Have you tried entering?
Perhaps he didn't hear you. Did you try entering?
No, of course not. It would not be proper, after all.
Von Volner's etiquette stat is too high. Make him leave. Make up a story. Force my way through. Make him search somewhere else with my manipulations.
I've searched all over the manor, but I can't find him.
One thing's for sure, Monsieur de Richet. He's neither in his room nor on this floor. I've just looked all over.
I propose we both look for him. The first to find him tells the Duke that the other is also looking for him. Agreed?
Perfect. Let's do that. I shall have a look in the library. If you find the Duke before me, tell him I want to speak to him.
Yes. Let's proceed as you say.
Thank you, Monsieur de Richet.
All right, that solved that.
Now be a good boy and go look somewhere else.
All right, time to give Godoy a good slapping.
Prometheus, punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man. Don Quixote, talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. The Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal?
Oh, royal jelly. Could go outside.
Manuel Godoy, a painting of himself in his room. Now that's not going to help him develop a sense of modesty.
I mean, George got the same thing. I hope, I don't know why this is happening tonight with this. Why it's blinking in and out like that. Like, the game's not stopping. It's like the video signal cuts for a second. Lord Duke, here's the information obtained by our intelligence service. I can confirm that Mr. Hay is indeed working on an agreement with Great Britain. The aim seems to be to weaken the French economy, and secretly that of the Spanish by seizing merchandise at sea. Our treasuries are already suffering from the embargo on French food products. Such a treaty would mean the ruin of our colonies. I have no doubt you will be able to swiftly find a diplomatic solution, awaiting further instructions.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Is it ironic? Maybe I should notice something.
It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Oh. Translate the letter. Well, there we go.
So, let's see what it says.
My tender Pepita, I feel so guilty at being so far away from you again, even if it's for the good of my country. I feel awful having to leave you after a silly little spat, because you are the only woman I love, Josepha, forever. I told you before, everything I have, everything I can offer you, I owe to the affection of the Queen. Let's stay united, please, even in sacrifice. For the two of us, for our future children. Stop being jealous. You're the only one who fills my thoughts. Everything else is just a game, I swear.
It seems that the Queen isn't the only one enjoying the Lord Duke's favors. If the Queen found out, it would cost him dearly.
Oh ho.
Keep it with me. You never know.
Getting some real dirt now. Key with an occult air symbol. Alright, replenish that Carmelite water.
Brutus and his companions taking an oath to kill Caesar. Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
We got book. Okay, noblesse on the sword. Agility. Our agility could use some work.
Maria Louisa of Parma. Although not Godoy's true love, the Queen is his benefactress according to some people.
Got some golden elixir. Alright, this room was pretty profitable. We could go outside. Can't get through there. It's too much. It's too much. We can't do it. Doesn't seem like there's anything for us out here. Like, that's the back of our room, I think. Well, we didn't find his dead body in here or anything. But we did find some information that we could use to blackmail him with.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Do you know where Godoy is?
Have you seen Duke Manuel?
The Duke is in the dining room, sir.
Oh, that was quite straightforward. Thank you.
I would like to come in.
I am sorry, sir, but that is not possible for the moment.
What's going on in there?
Why do you ask?
Sir Gregory's orders, sir.
Who's in there? Oh, actually, I should use a golden elixir, I guess.
I'm looking for someone. Tell me at least who's in there so I don't needlessly go looking around for hours.
Duchess Hillsborough is speaking with Sir Gregory, sir. The other guests have gone back to their rooms through the other side.
I wonder if using the Carmelite water caused this status effect. It's intoxicated. Dialogue. Okay, so if there is a timer on the dialogue, I wouldn't be able to see it. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm looking for Duke Manuel.
Can you tell me where I can find Duke Manuel, please?
Alas, I do not know, sir. I can only assure you he is not in the small salon.
Very well. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
All right. Well, I don't know if that information helps us to know who's talking in there, but maybe it will.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
There he is. Oh, he decided to tickle the ivories, thinking about his dead king.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
Confrontation start. Why was he angry? That's the only thing I have to use points with. I mean, rallying him is not going to work. He's dead set. Remind him of common interests. Come to get some fresh air. Vulner's working for you about our spat. Hey, I'm not here to get anything from you. I'm concerned about you. I want to know about what the real Manny G is like. Hey, why were you angry when I arrived?
I see you're still feeling under pressure. Since your arrival, I've noticed that you've been on the defensive. It seems to me that Monsieur Peru has a knack for getting your back up.
That is the least you can say. Indeed, I was warned. I knew what to expect. For God's sake, why in the hell did your people execute their king? Have the French gone stark raving mad? There are nothing but monarchies in power in Europe. They will all come crashing down on you.
We shall see. It might, well, turn out to be the opposite.
You certainly do not lack for audacity, young man. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
Alright, he likes my audacity. He's gonna beat home. The Order supports Mortimer. The United States will become the greatest democratic state in the world. I do not see an option for I'm investigating Mortimer because I suspect he might be a vampire. I don't see that. Okay, so the Order supports Mortimer. I could use my Carmelite... You know, the Carmelite water kind of makes these sorts of things trivial. I could just do whatever choice I want. But since I can do whatever choice I want, I guess that means we need to look up what okay, immunity to politics, that's right. So this one was occultism, okay, don't go with the politics option. Don't do that. Go with this one.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere.
That's his vulnerability.
We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
You know, that part I didn't really understand that part of Mortimer's plan. Like, he didn't really seem to have... Well, I mean, Mortimer told us he didn't actually expect Spain to agree. He thinks that war would be good. What would he gain from doing so? Fight against England together. See, this one's manipulation. This one's logic. Spain could get a good price. Well, no, Mortimer said he did not expect Spain to sell it. Didn't actually say, he specifically said that. Off the top of my head, I don't know. We could fight against England together. You know, France and Spain together? Fighting the English? Come on. Come on. What would he gain doing so? I could try to manipulate him. So I could either go with manipulation or logic. Louisiana poses more problems than it brings rewards. But they're not gonna get a reward by ceding it, is the thing. Unless you're saying it's gonna be such a big problem that it's gonna weaken whoever has the territory. So we don't know how he feels about manipulation and logic. The only thing we know is that he's vulnerable to occultism and immune to politics. But these other options, we don't know. But let's go with manipulation.
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you,
that's a vulnerability.
Will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
Success. All right. To be free from home, we do have the blackmail option. Force him to war. I don't have this option. I guess maybe if I was failing, maybe this would be available. It does not seem like I even have the option here. Consolidate my position at his position at the court of Spain. Mortimer will be grateful. This would be conviction. Speak to him about what he won't lose. Well, we know he has a lot to lose. And I wonder if this would be the more polite way of doing it than to just blackmail him straight up. So conviction and diversion. So we don't know how he feels about either of those. Mortimer would be grateful. Well, what would he get out of Mortimer's gratuity? Is that something that he could be interested in? He has a lot to lose. I feel like maybe that would... maybe that's the way to go. To say, you know, if you don't go with this, a lot of what you have could go away. Because, I mean, if someone has a lot, the thing they're afraid of is losing what they have. Hold on, I'm gonna chug this bottle. Now, where were we?
If you continue with home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely, even.
A war, Duke Manuel. On our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would bring.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Console.
I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow.
Success.
That's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
And by you hope I know what I'm getting into, do you mean that, allying myself with the possible vampire? It's occurred to me.
Please, leave me, sir. From now on, no one must see us together.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you that Von Vollner was looking for you. I guess I can't tell you that. Alright, well, we're heading to bed. I guess I could look around and see if anyone else is around. Well, we succeeded at that conversation anyway. And now we've got Godoy's support, and we didn't even have to slap him in the face with our dick. Was not even necessary. I wonder how different this goes if we went with home. Because I feel like that was probably a pivotal decision on how this playthrough is going to go. All right, Carmelite water. Is there anything out here now? Oh, we could go talk to Mom. Maybe. Is that still open? Mom will be so proud that we're helping Lord Mortimer with his plans to alter global politics. She's always wanted big things for us. No? Aw. We know she's down there. Not letting us do it. I mean, she said she wanted us to go there and find out what Mortimer's plan was. We know what it is now. We could just go down there and tell her. All right. I guess I'm going to bed. And we're going to go to bed. We're going to get up tomorrow. Maybe we're going to just sort of avoid Piaggi. He got a little too comfortable. A little too comfortable with his opinions in that meeting, I think. Oh. This is Peru. Well, we already spoke with him.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
It's Napoleon's room?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Oh, well, she's not in her room. Yeah, we can't go in there.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
She's talking with Holm on the first floor.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Yep, here we go.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
I like we're apparently pretending that Louis is charming. Not at all, Emily.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
You know, I prefer getting into bed with Mortimer. Why would I change sides? Oh, how does she feel about politics? Do we know? Where is she? There she is. We don't know how she feels about politics. Hold on. I'm gonna chug something. Oh, yeah, that's good. Now, why would I change sides?
Do you perhaps know something that I don't? Come on, Emily. It's time you lay your cards on the table.
She knows something about Louisiana. Wasn't she looking for, like, deeds for land? When we were searching in that one room? She wasn't looking for, like, Mortimer's artifacts. She was looking for documentation. Does she know something about the real estate in Louisiana?
If you have a good reason for Spain to keep Louisiana, I'm all ears.
Louis, I can assure you on good authority that the Crown will never let France take over Louisiana without taking firm action. Your country has everything to lose, especially now, it being weakened as it is on the home front.
In other words, you believe the aim is to weaken France?
Just an observation, Louis. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
No, but make her believe so. I mean, she really hasn't she's given us some information about herself, but I don't think she's really told us why she's here, and she's also mentioned there's someone on the island she's working with that she has, unless that was referring to her sister, but I thought she was talking about someone else. So I don't think she's, like, laid enough cards on the table for us to trust her as of yet. And my manipulation is high enough for this to be 0 points.
Of course, Emily. You know you have my full trust.
Louis, you're lying.
That's her immunity.
Any more of that and I might get upset. Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us before it's too late.
This one is exhausted. All right, let me chug this. You know, I'm thinking things are looking brighter on Dracula's side all the time.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Iron will.
Well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Yeah. Lie to her. Oh, well, no, that's not going to work. Hold on. It was immunity to logic. But we tried to lie to her. It didn't work. I don't know. I mean, we could try. We could try again. I kind of doubt it. I feel like that's not going to work. Talk to her about Emma. Tell her I may have seen my mom. I may.
I've seen her, Emily.
What? When was that?
A little earlier, just before the conference. She was hiding.
And did you manage to speak to her?
She's not the same. I don't know what's been happening to her, but she's changed. I found her in a deplorable state with one of her hands cut off. I mean, she was saying crazy things, bordering on delirium.
What? Did you say one of her hands was cut off? What happened to her?
I don't know. She wouldn't say.
And did she tell you why she shot Emma?
But how do you know she shot Emma? I didn't tell you.
You knew it, and you never said anything. Well, Louis, keeping your little secrets to yourself, that's not nice.
I was afraid for you.
No need to justify yourself, you know. We both have our secrets. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
They really shouldn't focus on the mouths if they really can't animate a kiss. Like, if they're just gonna press the faces up against each other, they probably shouldn't focus on that. Whoa!
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough. Why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Oh, goodness. Did Holmes detect deception? Or did he detect that Louis was there? Hold on, I think we're being spied on by a spirit.
Emily? Are you there?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you.
Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Duke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and
Godoy?
Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What? What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, Camille.
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
We could intervene, or we could not intervene. Let's see where this goes.
I've had enough of your money, your influence, your power. I want my freedom back. I want my damn life back.
But he never made his vote. Okay, success. I chose to follow Lord Mortimer. I participated in the conference. I convinced Manuel Godoy. I did not allow myself to be convinced by Lady Hillsborough. I found out that Lord Mortimer has a role in the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. I found out that Sir Gregory Holman von Volner have close ties, and I slept with Lady Hillsborough. I like that that counts as a success. Yep, we got our dick wet last night. Success. Failed. I did not save Peru. Well, I mean, he wanted to take back his freedom, so we let him do that. I did not reassure Sarah. Yeah, I'm puzzled about that one. I would have liked to have succeeded at that conversation, and I guess that was the first failure conversation that we've had, I think. Well, I mean, unless the one where we got punched by Peru counts. I'm not sure if that one was. Alternate paths. We could have been convinced by Lady Hillsborough. I could have followed home, and I could have found out about Peru's secret. I did not, however. Well, this was a lengthy chapter. This has to have been the longest chapter so far. Important things happening. I don't know why Godoy decided that he was declaring war. I feel like our conversation last night did not... part of our conversation in convincing him was to say that war would be a bad idea. But during this conference, he said yes, he was voting for, but also at the same time, I declare war on France. Fuck you, Napoleon. And I don't know where that part came from. Still, that is what Mortimer wanted to begin with. So. And we found out that even though we slept with Lady Hillsborough, we don't have actually anything going on with her. It seems like she was just doing that to try to get people to get on her side, or Holmes' side. But we are balls deep in with Lord Mortimer, for good or for ill. Maybe for ill, because Peru was also balls deep, and we just saw what he did. But I think things are looking up. You know, it may not have worked for him, but maybe it'll work for us. Maybe. Level 9. We have 4 points. What do we want? Well, we could upgrade erudition or science. Or linguistics. Linguistics came in pretty useful during that first conference. Diversion. Politics. Well, I mean, we can like level up politics and diversion right there with only 1 point each. That seems good. Now we have 2 points, and we can do science or erudition. Let's do some science. There we go. Level 2 on 3 stats now. Golden elixir. Didn't ask me about the books. Usually asks me what books I want to equip. It did not do that this time. Alright. Another chapter done. And as we continue on in the council, I am assuming the vote has been interrupted due to Peru shooting himself. So we're going to have to deal with that. I don't know why we weren't able to go back to Mother and tell her what was going on. Gonna have to do that at some point. Maybe we'll do that next time. But this was an extra long chapter of the council. Many things happened. And, some things are looking up. We didn't like Peru to begin with. He punched us. So it's fine. We'll continue on with the council.